Guys, we are back at the ICF build. We have made some significant progress. I want to show you guys what we've done. So first things first, before we got to where we're at right now, our next step was to get backfill in. So we had some CAD trucks come out here. They conveyored in about 15 trucks of pea gravel, of radon rock. Brought all of this up to grade, ended up looking really nice. After that was done, we laid down a 15 mil vapor barrier. The product is Stego Home. It's used heavily in commercial, but because I try to build as intentional as possible, I brought it into not only this ICF build, but the other ICF build. We laid that product right on top of the radon rock. The product is good for mitigating radon and mitigating moisture. It is a far better barrier for moisture than that typical 6 mil black vapor barrier. We tape all the seams, all the penetrations, and up along the house. So everything is completely sealed off. Really secure product, really safe product, and ultimately it will provide a healthier, cleaner home. After we got the Stego in, we put a 2-inch insulation with an R value of 10 down. That's what the plans required. And then we got to pouring. Pouring happened at 3 o'clock in the morning. When we pour concrete, we have to work with the concrete schedule, so that's just the way it was. We got concrete in and poured that day. It was about 50 yards. So as you might be able to tell, we cut lines in the garage and we didn't cut lines in the house. Now, cutting lines or finishing in the lines happens for one reason, and it is to create a weak spot in the concrete. So when the concrete does inevitably move and crack, it'll crack in the lines. That way, when it does crack, you're not gonna see those lines on the surface. So because the garage is going to be exposed and you're gonna see the concrete floor, and you're not gonna see the concrete floor in the house because it will be covered with flooring, it wasn't imperative that we cut in lines in the house, because if it cracks in here, you're just not gonna see it. The other thing we did was get the drains installed. So we went with this polycast 4-foot drain. There's a drain per bay. So as you pull a truck in or a car in during the wintertime, any water runoff from your car goes right into the drain and goes out into the dry well. I built my personal garage on a mono slab. The slab was completely flat, and when I pull my truck in, it just goes down and out. It's miserable, it sucks. So I pretty much vowed never to do that again, but I'm happy that it was my own property and not a client's, because I learned that valuable lesson really fast during that first winter. And we sloped each bay towards its drain. So there's basically a little slight bowl to each bay. Nothing too drastic or noticeable, but something that keeps the water draining in the right direction. Last thing that we got done is the backfill. As you can tell, this is kind of what I was talking about. So siding will come down, and as you can see, you will inevitably have a crack between the ground and the siding. And that's just something that, because we can't control that perfectly, that's why I wanted to put that metal piece in. So no matter if it varies, it's gonna be totally fine. And that's also the reason why we didn't put the metal on the front, because when we pour concrete, we're gonna bring the siding right down to the concrete and not gonna have any gap. Guys, thank you so much for watching. This is everything I got for today's video. It's looking really good. Thanks for following along with the build and checking out what we're doing here. I love it. I love to see the process come together and everything involved. I just appreciate you guys checking it out as well. Our next steps are to frame and to hang the trusses. That will be very exciting. I'm eager to show you guys that. Just let me know if you have any questions or comments. I love answering those questions if I can. And I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next update video.